has been predicted here by the boys on the desk, as is generally Spring, myself and Pilski are aligned with the generally considered favourite of the matchup, and Kevin's gone for the underdog. So, look, Vici, I mean, I almost debated within myself here about potentially putting Vici on there. I had Vici in the upper bracket, I had them winning the upper bracket, they lost the upper bracket, but I still have this 1%, 2% sort of belief in Vici that we're going to get the good Vici today, and I don't know, I'm clinging on to that for a bit.
Well, I'm definitely clinging on to that. I hope as well that Vici can actually look the goods and actually bring it out in a best of 5 series. Look, I'll admit once again, they are the underdogs. If they bring the performance like we saw against Beyond yesterday, this is a 3-0 for Tyloo any day of the week. But, I mean, this is the part where surely as Vici, you get a bit frustrated over losing. This is the part where you go, alright, let's remember how we used to play. Let's actually rise that level again and actually bring that form in. Let's not get complacent ourselves because we're not #1 in the region anymore. Get some tour points, try to get a victory over our domestic rivals and go from there.
I think it's a pretty important discussion as well to have around Tyloo, where they've had that new roster, they've had a couple of good results in this new roster, but they've also had a couple of disappointing results with this roster as well. So it sort of seems like at least the storyline for Tyloo is that every possibility to kind of stamp their mark back on the Asian region really matters to them right now.
Yeah, I think like the first couple of tournaments when you get a new roster together, you're kind of thinking like it's a bit of a development, but we definitely have seen a ramp up in their performance. A pretty good first tournament showing in Road to Rio. They almost won it over Tiger, very, very close series. Weibo, good group stage, a close quarterfinal, they get knocked out, but you can say the same thing for Vici. And in this tournament, I'd say Tyloo have looked even better. It's just been a ramp up and they're just getting better and better every single opportunity. So this is where I guess some of those opportunities really start to matter a little bit more.
Well, theoretically, this is then the best that Tyloo should look when we get into this grand final against Vici. It's a good opponent to do it against. It's a big matchup that we've seen time and time again, and you guys seem a little bit disappointed by what we got in the upper bracket final. Are you looking for something a little bit better in this grand final, Kevin? Hopefully Vici can deliver.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair as well, maybe my expectations were out of line because when we were coming into this grand final, we were expecting this like slow, methodical, like sometimes slow, methodical play, sometimes like this explosive aim fights, map control, like crazy plays happening. But in reality, it was just one-sided aim deals. It was just always working for one team and it wasn't working for the other one. So, I mean, maybe we should just expect that, just an all-out brawl, just people swinging at each other, and maybe this will be a lot more entertaining.
Okay, but what if Vici have done a bit of homework in the last couple of days, so they come into this one looking like that super hyper strategical team that we've seen from them in the past?
That's not what you do, is an adjustment really. End of the day, you're going to do homework, you're going to go to the drawing board and you go, what did Tyloo do good? They out-aimed us, they out-skilled us, they disrespected us and played hyper-aggressive. We have to punish them for that, and it's not necessarily just a strategy, it has to be the individuals actually stepping up to the level of form that Tyloo's bringing, and if they can't do that, they're just going to lose.
I think it's also like back down to like when you first remember Vici actually becoming good again, like back in 2019, like the part that was most impressive was like all these times when they're taking this territory is like really solid flashbangs. You think back to Inferno yesterday against Beyond, it's like when they were fighting for Nana, it was like perfect flashbangs on the site defense, on the aggression, really good flashbangs to get your entries forward. If you don't do it against Tyloo, if you don't get your flashbangs correct on Mirage, you're just going to get banged out by the aim.
Well, I'd imagine it's going to be a little bit more required than just some good flashbangs from Vici here on Mirage. It's Tyloo's map pick to kick things off in this best of 5, and I will remind you that Tyloo gets a free map win by virtue of coming through from the upper bracket final. A tough ask today for Vici, but we do know that the level that they can hit is good enough to potentially beat Tyloo today. It's just a case of whether or not they can hit that level.
And all starts in the pistol round.
It does, so we'll see what Tyloo are going to be rolling with. It's smoke and a flash over A, onto connector, which allows Tyloo to dive straight out middle. They've already got that kick on the mid-window player, and they start this push-up. Sure, Makaze starting to punish them.
Kaze is just trying to land the shots, but it's just Dan King and somebody just pushing straight into that B-bomb site, able to get the entries. Well, Dan King's actually on the flank right now, and Advent trying to sneak around the smoke, trying to use the cover. It's not going to work. So and Dan King going to be starting off quite strongly for Tyloo.
Yep, getting that T-side pistol. Starting off their dominance nice and early, getting in the face of Vici, and unfortunately that pistol round did not really look close, and that is, you know, a little bit too early to be calling anything, but it's certainly cause for concern.
Just pistols at the end of the day, so
that is a very quick smoke to be.
Back of
mid-site.
Good thing is that there's a pretty big B stack that's coming out. And somebody's just going to be the only player that's dropping utility. It looks like that he's going to be the fake, or they're going to go on the B split. It's Orman. He spots out a few, but he's been spotted ducking back in the ladder room. Smoke's going to buy a bit more time, though, as Tyloo actually have a double think about where they're going to be going.
They've used all their utility very early on, trying to bait out a rotation, cause a gap in the defense, of which was read reasonably well by Orman. He doesn't overcommit and lose his life in middle, and that gives Tyloo pause for thought to dive straight up middle to push catwalk. Instead, they're going to reposition back towards the A side of the map. Slowly going to clear out Palace while the rest of the lads creep up A ramp, and somebody tries to make his way through middle and up connector.
But as the situation has settled down, it is actually going to be Jam Young rotating over the ticket. So King going to be dropping the smoke underneath balcony. Look, it's going to give away his position, but very hard to flush him out still. No Molotovs left for the T's to work with, and King close range with a 5-7 as well. Can be absolutely lethal in this crossfire with Jam Young. Palace player has gone down, but Summer now has the rifle long range. But Jam Young, that's the form that we needed to see, as he has put a huge jam into Tyloo's plans. Now 20 seconds left, attackers on full HP at the very least. He's able to isolate a single deal, and they're just swinging all together. It's going to be Jam Young that closes up 4 kills with the Desert Eagle. Vici on the board.
Oh, that is ridiculous from Jam Young. Literally not missing a shot in quick succession, just deleting half the enemy team and continuing his rampage forward. But Attacker almost swings that one around, and we're going to see plenty more of that in this series. Individual players making huge multi-frags and swinging things back and forth. Tyloo are going to force buy into this one. 4 Deagles and a Scout.
They're just sending it straight into the A bomb site at the moment. Only a couple of flashbangs to work with. Jam Young might be on the receiving end of a Desert Eagle shot himself.
Playing close under balcony, bit of a risky position against an anti-force or anti-eco.
Noise has been made though, but Jam Young's position has been compromised, and the Deagles won't be able to land the killing blow for now. A lot of counter flashbangs raining forward from the boys on Vici Gaming to try to buy a little bit more time. But Jam Young turns at the wrong time, unfortunately. King's trying to strike, but he's really having a trouble of just wrangling back that MP9 spray down.
Bit brawly. Tyloo waiting for the CTs to overcommit, over-aggress so that they can punish them for it, and they found some decent positions. They found the M4 on Dan King, but Advent, as the smoke fades, he finds an opportunity to pick up Dan King, who can't put the bomb down, and now Tyloo in an awkward position. Somebody trying to find a pick, trying to creep up on Sandwich side as slowly smoked off in Palace.
Somebody's deciding to go after the Scout, but he's been spotted. At least able to grab the single one, but for now slowly is actually quite low in HP, and all it takes is actually 2 SMG bullets from range. He's been spotted out. Vici are able to bring that one back, as Advent's gone the wrong way around to pick up the M4. He can't really retrieve it in time. Still, Vici are able to navigate through that round at the end of the day, and Tyloo don't get the bomb plant down, so they do have to go on the eco.
What do you think? But they are just going to force, because they know that they did a hell of a lot of damage to the CT side economy. Still within breaking distance. And hey, if they almost got it done with 4 Deagles and a Scout, maybe 4 Deagles and a Galil will go better this time. And this is peak Asian CS.
Like I said, I just had to adjust my expectations. I came into the upper series expecting to get like...
It actually has regressed. It's actually kind of insane. How we've gone back to square one of just peak out-aim, trying to out-aim each other and make big plays. I mean, Vici's shown some good efforts working together, counter-flashing for each other on the CT side, but Tyloo very much has been roll around the map, wolfpack mentality. This time around, I mean, they have limited utility, fair go. Still going for a bit of a 1-3-1, working through the map with the Galil and a couple of Deagles. They have found ladder room control.
Oh my goodness, they're going to be picking up the pace at short, and Advent, he can't actually land the killing blows. It's up to King on the rotate to now lock this down. He's done so much damage, but finally it's going to be the riflers coming into assistance as somebody is at least able to get the trade out.
Kaze and Jam Young to close it out as somebody moves closer to market. Surely spotted out there, he's going to fall back towards bench side. But It's up to this bench and default crossfire between the T's.
It depends when somebody actually peeks out. If it finds the right timing, could go huge, but unfortunately can't land the killing blow. Has tagged down Jam Young. Smoke's going to be deployed on the bomb as well. Might allow a bit of movement for slowly, but unfortunately can't find the timing as well with the MP9. So Vici will be able to pick up another round. And you can probably bet that Tyloo will be forcing up again.
I don't know.
I don't know
just
at
a half
this stage.
fire this time.
They could force up, or they could just go on a complete eco with Eagles. You just never know.
Oh, this is enough money for Galil's armor and utility, Kevin. Maybe that's enticing for Tyloo. They don't seem to want to take a save.
AK-47 no head armor.
No head
Oh
armor.
my god.
This is disgusting, Kevin.
Gonna get Orman quite quickly up into short.
It very much is just a walk around and take aim doors kind of approach. One smoke and 2 flashes. AWP could be a bit of a difference maker, and there is no lackluster weaponry for Vici. So these are very heads up duels that they can take. And especially if they take out a round like this and Tyloo for once doesn't get the bomb plant down, Vici could be off to a very, very good start on the CT side of Mirage here.
The economy's not set up, so all it takes is just one round from Tyloo. They're battering away at the doors at the moment. It just might be that the Vici gates will be splintered soon.
Jam Young's really going to be tested. It is a full A split. Limited information here for Vici.
Making sneaking his way into jungle, but Jam Young at least able to pick up the 2. Summer though more than happy to charge in from Palace with the Galil to actually clean up the A side defenders. So 2 on 3 now, as Karze not really in the position to find anything just yet, unless someone crosses back in a connect up.
Taka's got the flash ready for Summer. Sends him in. Advert's ready for that somehow.
Drops a bit of utility as well to continue doing some damage. But Karze is like still at short, so he was pretty committed for the save. Misses the shot as well into slowly. So Tyloo, just like that, broke Vici's CT economy. And 2 players alive. You know, it's not too bad for Tyloo. They'll be happy with that. They get the round.
So Vici, what kind of money do they have after 1k in the bank? A lot of these players, not good. Double eco for Orman as well. Does this incentivize them to force, especially around the AWP? Or are they going to be a little bit more sensible than Tyloo? There's nothing wrong with going for these forces, but it's definitely a high risk versus reward kind of play. Has paid off for Tyloo in that regard, but if they do get shut out of that last round without finding too many kills, then they are quite far behind on Mirage. It's paid off for them though, and Vici, especially because Orman was double eco, and they are just a bit uneven in terms of the money and still have access to the orb, they do force buy, and actually it's a double push into underpass to keep things a little fresh. Karze running around in mid, trying to find some T's, getting over aggressive, trying to find an opening pick.
Oh, he spots out one, but he can't land the shot. I don't know if that was Dan King with the bomb or if it was somebody exiting B apartments, but that's a hell of a lot of information for Vici to work with. There's going to be Tyloo grouping straight back up to the A bomb side. Both Vici members patient at underpass. Orman looking like he's very interested in some vintage rugs, but he just can't grab a hold of them, unfortunately.
Fortunate.
They're on sale, 80% off. This weekend only, but for every single weekend.
It showed up on Google Maps. It said that they were open till 5 PM. It showed up at 4:45 and they've already closed up. Someone's gone home early. Nightmare situation. Tyloo, they're going to come execute into this A-bomb site. Full retake from Vici Gaming. Jam Young trying to fire some deagle shots through the smoke. Karze trying to find an angle through one of these smoke grenades, but Tyloo's going to put the bomb down and set up for this post plant.
Bomb plant hasn't gone down just yet. It is going to go quite open though, so a lot of opportunities for Tyloo just to hold on to this successfully. You can see that the boost has been utilised, and I have a suspicion that Jam Young has spotted out Dan King's head from earlier on, and this is just breaking down to a couple more one-on-one deals. Summer's able to contain that flank aggression. It's actually not an open plan. It's actually planted for default. Advent does not check sandwich correctly. So Jam Young, I don't think he's got enough time to pull off any Deagle heroics this time around. Even if he lands a few more cool shots, I'd still say this round's over, done and dusted for Tyloo as they take every single gun off Vici.
They're going to have to take a save now.
This was a problem I highlighted with Vici earlier on. There's only one player that's really fragging it up.
Yep. Taze's looking very tame on the ult.
Well, a good little fight back so far from Tyloo. I mean, Vici started well, didn't they? But Tyloo putting them back in their place. This is a little bit more what we expected to see from Tyloo, starting off well here on Mirage, a map that Vici has historically struggled on. And now having reset the economy of the CT side, it's a possibility that Tyloo just starts to run away with the map from here.
Still though, Vici haven't really had the best opportunities to get these full gun rounds up and working for them. Orman's having a bit of a shocker at this stage. I mean, you can say that for mainly all of Vici members. Everyone except for Jam Young's having a bit of a slow start.
Yeah, well, Jam Young never really tends to have too many problems. He's always quite solid. Advent here is probably not having a fun time over on the B site there with his P2000 hiding behind bench. Because it's unlikely he'll do too much, but here comes the utility from Tyloo, and somebody jumps into the side, copping a bit of damage from the player on short there, which is Orman. Advent does get run over, and that's pretty much the round. Tyloo going to pick up another one for themselves, and it does look like Vici are actually just backing away here, not too interested in letting Tyloo farm up with the MAC-10s. So that's a bit of a smart decision.
Look at them though, they're just sending the MAC-10s on this hunting party at the moment, looking to try to pick off these USPs, looking to try to pick off Vici to build the bank account. The question for me is whether or not Tyloo, if they actually keep the MAC-10s in the next round, is it going to be incorporated to their strategy or not?
I kind of want to see it, you know? Like, I want to see what Tyloo's going to do with these MAC-10s. Because they're quite an explosive team. Danking an attacker, using the buddy system to clear out the palace area.
He dies.
He dies to the bomb, which is interesting, but whatever. He would have liked to upgrade anyway. Or maybe not, you know, maybe somebody's the kind of guy that thinks, you know what, I can actually do something with this MAC-10. Danking upgrades.
I feel like somebody's actually he can take any gun, his main presence is just on the B arms, he sells his presence, maybe he gets a kill, maybe he dies, whatever, but Tyloo, as long as they have control of the other side of the map, and he's able to draw a few rotations, awesome stuff, great work.
Quite a dynamic player. I think that's a good way of describing somebody.
I kind of miss the old somebody. Like, this new somebody is a little bit more supportive, doesn't really land some crazy shots. He's very much, like, you can see that the rest of the Tyloo players, you can't really have 5 fraggers, like, going on the high impact positions, otherwise there's no one really supporting it. I feel like he's really shifted into the support role instead, do as much crazy stuff as he normally does. We still see it occasionally now and then.
Development.
I don't know if it's development. I just genuinely miss the old somebody. The guy that just comes flying around the corner with a UMP and just like double tinks you, just you're dead.
Well, you may still get that if he flies around the corner here and you connect with that MAC-10. Soaking's watching, but Slowly's just wandered out onto short. Oh man, Jam Young. How's he corrected onto that? Danking and somebody go down in the blink of an eye. And all of a sudden the round looks like it's going to swing back the way of Vici. Important here for Tyloo to get damage done, and Summer's trying to do that. He's found 2 kills, 1 HP though. A dream, and it doesn't last for long. 4 apiece. Vici though, right back into the winner's circle. So it does not seem like this is going to be a repeat of the upper bracket match between these 2 teams. This is very much a slugfest backwards and forwards as opposed to very one-sided maps.
That's what we love seeing, Jordan. I love seeing maps which are a little bit more equal, more even. It's going to be a force up from Tyloo. They are lacking a little bit in utility, and Karze is going to be more than happy just to sit there and take control of Connector. There's going to be the contact play out into A, but look at this double stack once again from Zoking and Jam Young. They were able to hold off against the Connect.
sure.
And Caster is not kill. I can confirm that. We are alive again. We brought the defibs out, and we'll see if Tyloo can actually resuscitate their chances of taking this half. They are going to be sending it straight up to mid, but 25 seconds left. Orman's going to hear all of this. Advent's got a lot of work to do, as he's actually the solo B-side player.
Soaking and Jamyoung go low very early on in the piece, but look at this position from Advent. It was almost so good. Smoke, though, obscuring his vision. 9 seconds on the clock, and Tyloo still yet to get a bomb plant down. They've got an important kill. Slowly might have done it. They've done it! How have they managed that? 4 seconds on the clock. Tyloo. They keep the dream alive in the round, and they keep 3 guns there as well. That was just a sliver away from Vici round.
Yeah, that was just... I mean, what can I say about that one? Summer just gets the final kill at the last moment. You can see Jamyoung, if he actually stays alive there, they would have won. The bomb carrier died. But you just don't know inside all that chaos, and I would just barely grant Tyloo that round. It was not clean. It was very fortunate in all circumstances, but they have done well enough to reset Vici into the single eco. And this is a problem. It's like you look at Tyloo in terms of this, they're trying to take it structured, they're trying to bring it back a lot more slowly, no pun intended, and it just doesn't work because for whatever reason it's just not looking well structured enough. You're trying to think too much with the big brain instead of relying on the big aim.
Don't have the big aim to really go toe to toe with Tyloo though. Slowly's been very, very solid as a new addition to this Tyloo roster, and I think he's really taking the most of this opportunity. Summer's wildly spraying right there.
I would love to see his perspective. Like how he's like trying to fight left and he's going back to the right and he's thinking about this and he's just playing around with noodle arms. Doesn't work in this case. I mean, he survives, he gets 1 but not 2. Advent's just trying to be a little bit cheeky over here at market, pretending that the lack of... Actually, you know what, I'm not going to finish that joke.
So long as he survives, it's not a big issue. 6-4. And Tyloo keep 5 guns alive. Vici very much on struggle street now on the CT side here of Mirage. As an ult does get picked up for Kaze. It's going to have armor behind it, but no utility at all.
And the problem is Kaze is just not being able to find any impact kills with this AWP. Like, yeah, you remember him maybe having 2 kills with the AWP, but at that stage, like, the round was overdone and dusted. Now they're just going straight out to A so quickly, and he just gets deleted!
That's like, huge. Vintage, really, from Attacker.
Exactly what I was thinking. Vintage Attacker. Rolls out there, bangs your head off. What do you even do? You don't even get to play the round. Sorry, mate.
Do not play the game.
Well, there's the bomb plant on default. Vici trying to retake, mostly through CT, with circling over towards jungle side. And it's not going too badly.
Jamyoung. Nice shot onto Slowly here as well, and you can see somebody trying to get a little bit aggressive. A double stack towards Tetris, and that actually could work out here for Tyloo if they're not expecting Dan King from the same angle. Advent's going to get on the bomb, but Dan King could well spam him through here. Orban goes down, Soaking so low. But the defuse, a 10-second defuse as well, will be secured for Vici.
That's why I love Advent. There's not even a hesitation from the man. He instantly just smokes the bomb and goes for the defuse.
Does what he has to do.
Selfless. Always playing for the team. Underrated, underappreciated.
But he is in everyone's Chinese dream team on Geographically Challenged, so I wouldn't say necessarily that he is underrated.
What an award.
What more could you really want?
The only 3 people that watch Asian CS all rate him.
I mean, that seems like pretty good props.
Yep. 100%. 100% of watchers rate him. Chat doesn't rate him.
No, surely.
Curse you, chat. Oh well. This is, as Kevin was saying, much more back and forth than the other day. I'm loving it.
Yeah.
This is more the game that I expected and I wanted to see.
Oh, not a good start for Slowly. Yeah, it is more back and forth, but
But then you look at Jam Young and you see that he's 15 and 8, and you wonder, if he's not having this kind of a blistering performance, what is the scoreline? Ormond's 3 and 9.
10-0.
Soaking 7 and 9. Advent's 4 and 8. And Kaze, I can't say that he'd be much better.
This is cheeky. A little one-way in the smoke for Advent. Only gets him a 1-for-1, but gets him a hell of a lot of information. Is Ormond spotted there? I don't think it's really going to matter too much. Tyloo, get on towards the bomb site. Bomb going down as somebody creeps into market.
Kaze holds on that angle. Somebody is going to aggress in. It's a wide swing, but Kaze doesn't fall for it. Strong as ever. That is a shot from Dan King. You could barely see Kaze fly across his screen, but Tyloo will win their 7th. They're up 7 and 5 now. They pull a little bit further ahead.
And it's this classic Tyloo versus Vici. Across the board, I think it's just a little bit more consistent firepower for Tyloo. Vici deciding whether they did want to buy into that one. They've decided against it. Will instead just invest in a whole lot of upgraded pistols.
Hear that, Bilski?
What is that?
Nothing.
I hear the rain on the roof. Very relaxing.
It is. But that's what's happening in this round. Not a whole lot. Tyloo just set themselves up. T-spawn. Having a good time, having a chill. I mean, it can very well turn into a 10-5 half from this position, actually. So Tyloo do want to make sure that they win this round. Utility starts to get invested on the A bomb site. Smokes go across for jungle and for connector. Up the stairs as well. Kaze will try to hold strong. He's the last one that's actually in the site. One's not too bad for Kaze, all things considered, but not enough to win the round for Tyloo. Vici against Tyloo. Yeah, that's a bit of aim practice really for Attacker, who does seem to be on point today.
He's definitely reinvigorated his form. From being on the Tyloo bench to being the carry of Tyloo in a lot of these games with their new all Chinese roster. Particularly on the team side. I mean, he really does live by his name. Well, again, all for Kaze. Very good buy for Vici, but not any cash in the bank. So if they're losing this round, they're definitely going to have a lackluster buy heading into the next round. So they're playing for a chance at not getting 10-5. Quick one straight up short into B split, and Tyloo doesn't seem like they are running into any opposition on this B bomb site.
Yeah, I'm not sure that's a particularly fun prospect for Vici. Not for Advent either, holding with a FAMAS. This is a real clean round from Tyloo. Only just sweeping Vici aside, as they have done toward the end of this half. Sort of shaping up now for a 10-5. At first we thought this was going to be a close map, and it was kind of going backwards and forward, but it's very quickly been wrenched away by Tyloo as Jam Young tries to hold on to the AWP, but can't cross against Danky. Now the score is 9-5. Pretty lackluster buy for Vici here.
performance. They're looking like APOC with the MP9 earlier. I'd say that this is looking like a Tyloo round. And, you know, I think your question's kind of answered itself, Jordan. Just saying what happened. Look, Jam Young's having a great game.
Yeah.
But he hasn't gotten any frags, and Vici haven't gotten any rounds.
Yeah, what happens when Jam Young doesn't frag? And I think we are, getting a good insight into that at the moment. Quite a few on the trot for Tyloo, and last time I sort of spoke about it, Jam Young was still at 15 frags. And he remains there. Still a pretty decent first half for him if he goes in with only 15 frags at half time, but it's definitely not enough to get Vici over the line against Tyloo. Defense dropped early. Orman has been spotted here by somebody and dispatch of him pretty comfortably actually with that MP9. A favourable aim duel for him. Zoki at that range lasers attacker out of the server, and that has to prompt a bit of a response here from Tyloo, but it does not seem to be going the way they want it to. Danking on his own. The scalp for Kaze results in a tag that puts Danking down to a one-shot. Somehow he's hit that as a headshot as well. I don't know what's going on here, but it is Vici that will secure their 6th at the end of the first half of Mirage. A crazy first half, but maybe not as crazy as some that we've seen in the upper bracket final between Vici and Tyloo. Either way, they'll both be wanting to put in a good step forward into this round of the second half. Six is the scoreline. Tyloo will probably be pretty happy heading into the second half with that next to their name, but you think it could have been 10, and you think it could have been a little bit more, especially given the fact that Jam Young had to drop 17 frags in the first half to even get Vici to 6 rounds. And it still seems like a bit of a lackluster performance coming in so far from Vici today, but maybe there's something to be said for their second half here on the T side.
might have exposed just a little bit too much to force us back down to a 2-on-2. Tanking on the fast flank, looking to see if he can assassinate the bomb carrier. No, actually, he just takes down Kaze. So at least the bomb flank goes down for Vici. So you'd be expecting a force out of them. But Tyloo able to dispatch the remaining members of Vici with ease in that pistol. I think that's 2 out of 2 pistol rounds for Tyloo, isn't it?
Yep, I believe so.
Yeah, they lost the force, oh not, the anti-force, because Jam Young just went, yeah, I've got a deal.
Anti-force, and then we got to use all the terminology. MC wants us to start saying anti-bonus round.
Oh, anti-bonus round, excellent.
It was like, that's not really a gun round, is it? It's
You know what I am? I'm anti-MC at this point.
Oh, you want to say that to his
Yes,
face?
yes.
I'd actually, look, I would like the odds on MC actually winning a fight against Elfish Guy.
In
I reckon it'd be favourable. I mean,
game,
both.
100%.
Both.
Out of game,
I heard
95%.
MC actually bench presses like 200 kilos.
Easily.
So, and I heard Elfish Guy can bench press 10.
Vici, they're looking to split this A bomb site, and someone isn't benching anything because he's dead.
And King's got the org in hand. But the nade just completely misses. So now we really have to rely on the rifles at long range. Not if you're slowly though, able to spray down the MP9 at that distance. Kaze's taking a little bit more damage, and now the rifle's coming out into play, with somebody actually picking up 2 with a FAMAS.
Well, as far as the anti-bonus round goes, not good.
Not going to catch up.
I don't think that was an anti-bonus round. That was just Vici actually had the better buy, but unfortunately unable to get the glues working out. It doesn't matter what terminology you throw at it. Tyloo's aim was just better than Vici's at that stage.
What about trigonometry?
I don't think there was any no favourable third lines found by me on a triangular basis. So that's not trigonometry. That's just pure easy quick maths. I spot someone, I shoot him.
Well, somebody on this kind of an angle is looking to continue minusing people from the server.
So normally you have this incendiary grenade, you'd stop pushing, but you can bet somebody's actually going to push at the very end of it and clear it out. That's like
It's
100%.
just to set off the push. Even if slowly shooting him in the back of the head, he's still just closing out these fights.
Teammate can't get the kills if the bullets go into your head instead of the enemy's head.
Oh, that's big brain. That's how you get maximum eco frags.
That's how you get the big stat points. So Tyloo racing off to a 12-6 lead for now. Fire round comes out for Vici.
Well, quick utility from Vici to go for a very fast short split. If slowly is ready. Mr. Vici grouping up in apartments as Allman holds on until the rest of the team can potentially join him. Molotov will slow him down. Somebody has smoked off apartments, which gives Vici a bit of pause for thought, but this right click flash might make all the difference. Matter of timing here for Vici.
It's good timing. Zoka goes pretty low, but he's got the entry that they really did need. Slowly can't go anywhere. Everyone's waiting for him. Tyloo will find it a little more difficult in this round to get anything done, so they just elect to not play the round. That seems fair enough.
That one didn't count. I wasn't ready. I'm not playing anymore.
Who's that?
That's me when I was younger. When I was getting beaten up by my brothers on Brood War.
Consider just getting better lol.
I did.
Yeah. How did that go for you?
They don't play games anymore.
I see. Played the long con there, Mitch.
So they inevitably were better at life.
Yeah, they just retired and they've got better in life, so I'm just forever a loser. Feels bad, man.
I don't know about that. Actually, I don't know if I should say what I was about to say on broadcast, so I'm just going to leave it alone for now.
I think there are many things that should remain unsaid on broadcast.
Yeah, like Jordan Mays speaking at all.
That's actually toxic, and I feel like, sorry, we're going to need to call security to get the Pilsky out of here. That's just uncalled for. Elfish Guy, I'll have you know you have my undying support.
Suck up. Well, Tyloo, they have lost a couple of rounds in the last few. If Vici can keep on this streak and start to close this round gap.
Did Soaking not spot out something? Apparently not. Might have just been our side that we're able to see something. Either way, Vici do take this mid control. Throw a bit of utility at mid, pretend to take mid control, make some noise at B. They're actually grouping up for this A side hit, and it's only going to be Summer that's here.
Yeah, it's a retake set up for Tyloo on the A bomb site. Choosing to lean more heavily towards middle. Looking like a good call for Vici.
Summer's thinking about going through, but I would say probably not the best bet with Molotov in position. Flashbangs are coming forward into jungle though, and he does have a little bit of a gap to work with as he pushes through. Just a little bit too late to deny the bomb plan, but at least the crossfire is happening 4v4 on the A bomb side on this retake.
The utility to play with for Tyloo. It doesn't seem they're going to opt to use it. It's a dry push in from somebody. He gets one onto Orman, but fully flashed right after that. Kaze and Jamyoung will spring and strike. It's just slowly left alive. He doesn't really have the time to work with here. So, stick around, but we all knew where that was going.
Well. In the upper bracket series, whoever took up 12 to 5, 12 to 6, whatever it was, kind of lead, probably would have just run away with the game and the other team would have no answer for it. But Vici are very resilient here. They've reset the money on 3 of these Tyloo players and they are really showing up to this game, lads. Starting to turn around to the T side a little bit.
Selfish guys not really
Those are some 2 good calls. The short split, they call a hole. That round didn't look close. That A bomb site take, that round didn't look close. You're not getting convinced. 2 really solid gun rounds in a row, putting their opponent on an eco.
They're still down by 4 rounds, and it's Vici. It's going to take a lot to turn this hype train around. You know, I was full steam ahead.
I thought you were a Jamyoung fan.
I
but
was.
It turns out that you're actually
were
a hater.
Wow. I am a Jamyoung
thought you
fan.
put Advert in your Asian dream team.
It was Jamyoung.
In your Chinese dream team.
Jamyoung was in my team as well.
Jamyoung was in your team. Was Kaze in your team?
No, he's not Chinese.
You see, Elfish guy's a fake Jamyoung fan, right?
Oh yeah. It's
That's
like,
fair.
he can't be in my Chinese dream team if he's not Chinese.
Imagine not being Chinese and being on Vici for this long, and Jordan's just like, nah, it's not part of the Chinese scene. So
Anyways, yeah, look, I was full steam ahead for Vici in Road to Rio, and I've been burned by that. So now they're going to have to really do something pretty special to prove me right. Zoe can get some pretty good entries there, though.
look, he's just dying for your approval.
No, he's not. He's getting frags for my approval.
Yeah, he hasn't died yet, so that's always good. Keeps the money up for Vici and slowly just looking to do some damage. But I feel like his footsteps probably have been heard at that stage.
Well, with this round advantage that Tyloo, the round gap that they've earned themselves, they're going to build up a little bit of loss bonus and start buying some pretty dangerous weapons, maybe even a double AWP in this next round. We've seen that a few times from Tyloo. Does that throw a bit of a spanner in the works for Vici, who are on a pretty good streak of rounds here on the T side, really starting to get themselves rolling.
Terrorists win.
Look at that. That looks impressive.
That's impressive mechanics from the replay operator, that's all I'm going to say.
We'd expect
Wow. Slow-mo's at the
Jordan is a-
perfect time.
Jordan's a hater recently. I don't understand.
How?
Vici, they're slowly starting to come back into this. Give them a bit of credit.
Slowly. I'll give them credit when they hit 16 here on Mirage.
Oh, big call. I feel like this is like a soundboard.
They're like an ex-girlfriend, Kevin. That's what you have to understand. I loved them so much. We were in love, me and Vici. And then they cheated on me in Road to Rio.
How do they cheat? They lost!
They lost to Tyloo, exactly.
Wow.
That means you weren't committed to see through the tough times, Jordan. They didn't cheat.
That's it. You're not a real fan.
You gotta raise your character to really be a Vici fan.
Look, they're going to have trouble in this round with this double A ramp setup. Danking's on triple with the AWP as well, lads.
Yeah, it's all down to Zoking getting these entries, but the trades are actually really good for Vici. Dan King, now he has to have the dance of his life, and he's starting it quite well, but Vici definitely in the position to get the trades as well.
Yeah, look, good effort from Danking on triple to peg 2 back. Puts it into a 2-on-2. Kaze set up in the post plant. This is where he must deliver.
And Kaze is actually just stuck in the worst position whatsoever. It's all down to Orman right now, but he's not looking the right way. Somebody... That was a bit of a scary spray, but he brings it back, so Tyloo do manage to take the gun round at the very least.
Only with one gun alive, though.
It's going to be costly for Tyloo, but for Vici,
What if somebody accidentally throws this molly?
I don't think he's that much of a goose.
Who's
He's got
going to throw it?
Bomb has been defused.
Can I get a lull in chat for the who joke? Anybody?
You can lull right out of here.
Oh, man.
You see what I'm pointing at the moment? There's a
Type
door over
haha
there.
in chat
The
if you
step ladder?
think Custer
No,
is
so that
privileged.
door, right? That's saying Vici.
Yeah.
Those are the chances of Vici taking this game at the moment. It's kind of gone out the door.
I don't think so. I completely disagree.
Actually has.
I think
a little
that
bit.
they can single reset Tyloo's economy, put themselves on 11 rounds. This B execute works out for them. Rotation's coming out for Tyloo though. Slowly and somebody quite a combo to lock down this B bomb site, and you're seeing attacker starting to search in middle for some information.
There's no utility really to fight with here at the B bomb site. It just has to be the guns doing the talking at the moment. Vici now going to be gearing up for their attack. Out comes the smokes, out comes the utility, slowly and somebody to receive.
He starts well. It's Orman down early and slowly continues to put in that consistent, solid work that we've seen from him on Tyloo since his join. Kaze's the last alive. Advent at least got one posthumously, but can Kaze do something a bit special here? I thought he was ramping up for it. Not quite though.
Alright, I'll admit that this is starting to get a bit scary. Alright, up 14 and 9.
You may have called it a bit early, is what you're saying.
I mean, this is the first tactical pause that's coming out from Vici at this stage.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
That is weird. Why is that weird?
Because they've been in a tough position in a couple of times this game.
Maybe they were just as confident as you were. They thought they didn't need one.
Well, I think that confidence was a little misplaced. I think we've established that.
I don't know about that fun fact over there. Shouldn't it be technically 67% if you're rounding up there, Tech Guy? I'm on. Karat's not really impressed at the moment. We need to bring our A game here for the grand finals.
We round up in this house?
We round up, we don't round down. That's not how maths works over there.
Karat did math.
I'll tell you, the maths over here on the B-bomb side look absolutely great.
Slowly plus somebody equals good.
Don't you love how when the replays slow down, the sound slows down in the replay as well?
Oh, no,
I love it. Love it.
Somebody versus Kaze with the AWP.
And what do you even do? You're just getting naded to high hell, flashbanged. Turn tail and run away, I suppose. Tyloo CT side is basically alternating between stacking only towards middle and only playing on the bomb sides and nothing in between, and I think it's throwing Vici off a little bit. Interesting that Summer doesn't actually have a primary weapon in this round, and Danking had plenty of money to give him one.
50-50 could be serviceable at the range that he's playing in at the moment. Might have been expecting pistols, as maybe a bit of a misread on the economy situation of Vici Gaming. Out comes the smoke grenades. Dan King, though, will be able to drop the incendiary grenade. Attacker actually not using any of his utility, and that's a great entry onto Dan King as well. Attacker going to be helping out as Attacker just locks it down. You say that Summer's only got a P250. All his primary weapon is actually going to be Attacker, and he's going to retrieve an AK-47. And the chances now for Vici to make a comeback on Mirage, pretty much nigh near impossible when Tyloo are playing like that.
It just got deleted. and you look at the across-the-board performance of the Tyloo players, and then the across-the-board performance of the Vici players, and I think it's just 9 days.
That was... What was that spray even coming in from Summer? He like sees barely pixels and he still lands 2 headshots on the spray down. That's raw Chinese aim, my friend. Why can't I get any of that? I've been chipped.
You're an ABC, doesn't count.
Unfortunately, it seems the Vici have by and large been gypped as well.
It's Mirage. We're not expecting them to come away with the victory. Maybe right when we least expect it from them, they can actually turn this around a little bit. Trying to come onto this A-bomb site.
Doesn't seem like that's going to happen to me, Pilski. I'm believing that Tyloo will finish this one off quite easily. Kaze is the last alive and no hope of a resistance really here from him. That is going to be the end of the map. A little bit too easy, it feels like, toward the end there for Tyloo as they secure a 16-9 on map number 1. It's Mirage to go to Tyloo, which will put them now 2-0 up in the series, needing only one more to finish off the best of 5.
Hey, it's me, Lily from AT&T. I'm back, working from home, and here to help.
Hey Lily, I'm hearing a lot about 5G. Should I be getting excited?
Depends. Are you gonna want faster speeds?
I will.
More reliability?
Oh, also yes.
Better response times?
Definitely.
Are you gonna be making sourdough bread?
Oh, is that 5G related?
No, it's just like, why is everyone making sourdough now? But yes, you're gonna want 5G.
AT&T is building 5G on America's best network. Visit att.com to learn more.
hiding. It's what you do. Are you the only ones who feel this way? I heard from your other ones, they feel the same. Are you the only ones who feel this way? I heard from the other ones, they feel the same. Are you just undercover lover? Should I try find another lover? Are you just undercover lover? Should I try find another lover? I need you to show me if you're rude and phony. If you think you own me, you will end up lonely. I need you to show me if you're rude and phony.
Tyloo off to a bit of a banger there on Mirage. It was a map where both teams kind of went backwards and forwards in the early stages, but past round number 10 or so, I would say, is where Tyloo really just started to run away with things. They ended up with a 10-5 first half, and from there it inevitably spiraled out of control, and Vici were not able to come back into the swing of things. Although they did have a couple of nice rounds in the second half there, it really just felt like they just didn't give themselves enough room, and Tyloo kind of kicked it into another gear and finished things off.
Yeah, if I was to summarise Vici's performance, it would basically be Jam Young was banging for a couple of rounds and then a couple of good calls on the T side, but apart from that, nothing was really present. Didn't have a great level of performance across the board like you saw on the other side for Tyloo. Very consistent across the board, all five of them really fragging and stepping up for this grand final. So, I mean, let's be real, Mirage is not really a map that Vici have looked consistent enough on, so it's not surprising to see Tyloo take this away. But when you're looking at the rest of the series, 3 maps to go, and Vici need to win all 3 of them in a row to make sure they win this grand final. I don't know if that's happening.
Do you want to throw an in there as well, Kev?
I would have thought that Tyloo would have won that even more, like, convincingly. The problem was when they started on their T side, when we're saying, hey, this is looking like it's a pretty good, like, brawly style kind of game, they're trading rounds and whatnot. It was like Tyloo were trying to take it strategically in those rounds, and I just went, alright, like, when's the part where Tyloo just stop and they just go, let's just go play A-bomb site and just kill people? That was just, and eventually it got to the stage, alright, let's just execute fast here. Why are we trying to play, like, map control and whatnot when you just can delete people when you just enter onto the bomb site? And that's what they did towards the end, and why they got such a big lead.
Alright, well, across the board it really felt like Tyloo sort of individually kind of had their moments. In particular, Summer and Attacker were the ones that I thought were the most impressive there. And when you got those 2 old boys fragging out, it seems like it's always going to be a good day for Tyloo.
Yeah, I mean, ever since this new iteration of Tyloo, these guys have been very, very consistent performance. I think, you know, you're looking at the fact that it's an all-Chinese roster. You're looking at the fact that you're not constantly swapping players in and out, swapping positions around, changing things around, trying to play a style that maybe doesn't necessarily fit the team correctly because you're trying to adapt to international play. And you're seeing a lot more consistent level of performance out of some of these players because maybe they're feeling a little bit more comfortable. Maybe they can focus a little bit more when you're all speaking the same language.
Well, you'd have to imagine that's going to make life a bit easier for them. Any hope of a comeback here for you, Kev? I know you were the one that sort of locked in Vici for your predictions. I mean, you didn't seem too confident about Mirage to begin with, so maybe there's a little glimmer of hope?
It's pretty much gone at this stage. Like, they had to come out of the gate swinging, like, being able to match up Tyloo's firepower and confidence levels, and now that you're not able to do that, like, the only consolidating facts I have to go by is that, okay, at the very least Inferno's the next map, you're able to win against Tyloo before, but then you've got 2 more maps afterwards
And when you come in that form where you're just not really looking like you're competing on the same level, yeah, I don't know. It's looking scary now.
Well, something that we might talk about a little bit as we head into map number 2, that's going to be Inferno, and it certainly seems as though a 3-0 may be on the cards today for Tyloo. You're going to have to wait to find out, though. We'll have a quick break and be back after this. Inferno will be map 2 here between Tyloo and Vici, and the stats definitely do not paint a pretty picture for Tyloo. Let me give you another one. Vici, the last couple of times, in fact, that they played Tyloo on this map, they did win Inferno. So if there is one silver lining to the very dark cloud that seems to be brewing for Vici, it's the onto Inferno. It does look like a bit of a stronghold for them, and you have to look at this as potentially being one that goes what I'm concerned, Filski.
Yeah, you would expect it to go that way, simply because the last 2 times Vici has been able to pick it up against them. Maybe that's what has led them to actually go and pick it as the first map in this best of 5, at least for themselves. You know, obviously Tyloo's got that first map. What's worrying for me is I'm looking at Zoking, I'm looking at Ormond. These guys need to perform, because the last 2 maps, there's no level of consistency between them on Inferno. Like, if you go back to Road to Rio, Ormond like 35 bombed and Zoking bottom fragged and they won. And then you go into DreamHack Masters upper bracket, Zoking had like 120 ADR and Ormond bottom fragged, so it's like somebody needs to step up and fill that firepower role, but there's no consistency as to who's doing it, and it's kind of hard to play around and consistently win, and consistently have a good win condition and strategies that make sense when it's just different players popping off here, right and left.
Okay, have you been the guy that's sort of written the script so far today for us? What's up next?
What's up next? For some reason, Tyloo just don't hit their shots anymore. Kaze finds some vintage form, and apparently Vici can remember how to play a little bit of Counter-Strike by shooting their opponents. Like, the only way that I can say for Ormond was his performance was actually very disappointing. Like, I think he was sitting at the bottom there. You're expecting him to be one of the riflers that needs to get a couple more kills, especially as that B-side player. Can't be relying on Advent doing the fragging once again. I feel like just make the Karath soundboard about Vici. Big brain, not as much aim for Advent.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll have to wait and see how that pans out here on Inferno. Does the historical results sort of weigh a little bit into the favour here of Vici and the fact that maybe Tyloo have that weight on their shoulders going into Inferno?
I'd say maybe a little bit, but in the sense that Vici can come into this and go, look, we've always taken down Tyloo. We can actually take this, you know, slowly start making our comeback work. But for Tyloo, they're just going to start sprinting and go, okay, we are Tyloo. We entry frag. My name is Summer, an attacker. I kill.
You could take entry out of it. It's just we frag.
Yeah, I mean attacker. Good in the attacking and the defensive side because he just keeps attacking. Speaking about attacking, look at this. Just a full send right into mid, and Kaze is trying to bail it out of there.
Well, this is something that you alluded to maybe, Pilski, on the maps, that Tyloo are not feeling too confident on. They just show that over-aggression and run at their opponent. There's a good example of it right in the pistol.
Yep. I mean, it takes all element of strategy or your opponent having an advantage on a map when they can't even play their normal game. Which I couldn't even tell you what Vici's normal game is. You know, obviously they have their defaults, they have their strategies, but in terms of who's going to be stepping up, who's going to be performing and actually putting the numbers on the board.
Yeah, it's like a dice roll.
Yeah, it actually is. It's like 1 to 5. Who's going to be going?
Question is, do they check Dark Spot where somebody's going to be at? And the answer is no for now, as somebody can't really find the timing, but they line up for him anyway, so it doesn't really matter at that stage. It looks like Tyloo just cleaned up the pistol round once again. They'll concede the bomb plant, but no problems for them.
Up 1-0. A great start for Tyloo. Is that their third pistol in a row? I think so.
Yeah, but for some reason I've got a feeling Vici might be able to take this next force buy.
Yeah, it's possible.
Just got a feeling.
Hooked on a feeling. You know that song, Kev?
Got a feeling.
I think they wrote it about you.
Gonna be a good night.
No,
of Counter-Strike.
That's
No,
not.
okay.
That's Black Eyed Peas. It is a half buy from Vici. Or buying up a couple of pistols, some utility. Trying to inflict some damage before they go for a buy in the next. Quick one straight towards jungle side. And King has unfortunately hit his noggin on the wall.
You really are a scriptwriter, aren't you, Kev?
Yeah, Jam Young. We know what he does with Deagles, as he just goes in and just presses delete, 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 and look at that. Look how clean that pistol round was.
You know something we don't, Kev?
I've come in from the future. You may all bow down to me. It's okay. Don't need to follow me at Karath CS.
Can I get a for the boys?
Oh my lord.
Damn. Look, if there's one
This is what happens.
It's Jam Young.
This is what happens when you doubt my boy Jam Young. You can't even say my boy anymore.
I never doubted him. You can't even say that. Jam Young has always been there. Just the rest of Vici.
I didn't put him in my dream team.
I did. I put him in. He's in my dream team, and he remains. For now. Advent might be on the chopping block. Don't know who I'm going to replace him with yet. Hang on.
Somebody's just fighting like lower at mid, and Ormond's just there by himself because he decides, why not? I'm going to challenge this by myself, so he dies. At least the AK is not retrievable by the CT side.
Now this off angle, up behind barrels, if it's not spammed out by Vici, who might not want to make too much noise coming out banana here, This could be a couple of kills for somebody if he picks his timing correctly. Nope, cleared by Kaze.
Solid stuff, and they're going to pick up the pace coming into the B bomb site.
Maybe Tyloo's better off just saving these guns and taking them into the next round.
I don't mind that.
Give themselves a chance with the pistols. It's
Yeah.
going to have to be an eco anyway. So here we go. Back to Vici being the favourite for a map.
Seems like you're pretty in tune with Tyloo and Kev's pretty in tune with Vici. I don't know what I'm here for. I think I'm in tune with the chickens.
Sounds about right. Could you maybe like try to communicate with the chicken?
I think the chicken's a little bit too smart for Pilsky, to be honest. I feel like the chicken has to reduce his intelligence level. He just died.
That was a good attempt.
So cruel. How's Zerkos going to get through now without his special roasted chicken?
There's more where that came from.
That's grim.
You can't replace Bob.
You can't just replace Bob like that. You heartless monster.
Bob is nothing to me. Nothing but a succulent meal.
The truth.
Oh no.
It has come out.
He thinks the same thing about Jam Young, I bet you. Oh, the pistol's doing some damage in apartments here, actually.
Zoking looking a little bit stressed out.
Needs to leave the apartment, needs to get out of the house for a bit.
I wonder if Summer's going, hey, somebody, I've got a little weapon for you. And slowly is just gonna peek around the corner. Advent decides to not do anything as he's getting shot because that's generally your first reaction. As somebody's actually just tapping away with a USP at the moment. He's actually doing a lot of work right now. Baiting in for Slowly, but Slowly can't bring the CZ spray back. And so, tough. I mean, that was an opportunity now going begging for Tyloo.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. That CZ was not on point. Anyway, Vici will take the benefit of it. 3-1.
They've got so much money in the bank.
That's what you want for Vici, to try to make the comeback into the grand finals. But Tyloo will have their first buy up themselves, but not much utility to fight with. It's going to have to be the weapons, and once again, look how the fortunes turn.
Pretty limited utility for Tyloo in a round like this. No Molotovs on anyone but Slowly. He is going to drop that about 5 seconds into the round. Somebody one smoke towards B. So if you just run a slow round here, Vici, you drain all of utility from Tyloo.
Well, it seems they're quite liable to run a slow round, to be honest.
Ooh, Summer trying to get some of the spam through in towards window room. Doesn't get the timing quite correctly. And getting ready with the smoke for jungle side. Molotov onto Dick. And a flash to send old mate Zoking out of boiler, and that's bracket control for Vici.
Well, somebody is doing his thing. This time it's not through a smoke, but puts a bit of pressure back on Banana. Not sure how helpful that really will be for Tyloo right now, because they are slowly but surely losing the A site.
Look at this peek from somebody, though. He gets all his Nana control for free, but the problem with this, though, is that Tyloo have no one over to A, pretty much.
I wouldn't say that Attacker and Summer are no one.
They're going to get mollied off. They're going to get flashed out. But no, it's actually, once again, the crossfire is just a little bit too potent at this stage.
I don't know if you've been watching the rest of this tournament, Kevin, but Attacker and Summer have been banging everyone out of the server. It's all on Kaze. And as if somebody even need an excuse to wide peek.
It wasn't even a somebody wide peek just yet. That was like a quarter of his normal peeking ability.
That's true. He didn't fully commit all the way over to the left side of the wall.
I'm very impressed by his new discipline.
He's counter-strafe.
I feel like the difference there is like maybe just a single flashbang Vici have there. They get the entries. It's a lot cleaner.
2-3.
It's an early tack timeout from Vici, to be honest. They're under a fairly high pressure position right now, with Tyloo having 2 maps in the bank.
I think the problem as well is just how quickly they lost map control. They had all the top brackets. I guess they kind of had top banana, but somebody just walks out through a smoke, and then you have 4 attackers coming in through Diggity and apartments, and you can't convincingly kill 2 people on site. I think that's worth having a bit of a chat about to make sure you fix it, because you also have the chance to reset Tyloo's economy at this stage.
Yeah, a little bit of cash in the bank for 3 of the players as they survive with a few guns there. Vici still plenty of cash in the bank and are just going to go straight into another gun round, working their way through apartments. Somebody trying to get a one-way over the top of the smoke. And as he is sitting in the smoke, as the smoke fades, he will be able to see his opponent first. But doesn't capitalise, instead he's just going to smoke off and take Nana control. Meanwhile, Vici looking like they're going to go for a bit of a cart bust here.
We're testing that crossfire of Summer and Attacker again. Out comes the smoke and the flashbangs, and it looks like Attacker will be blinded off by this. So King will be able to get the first pick. It's a solid start as now the T's have pit control, looking to pressure further in.
Jam Young does it again for Vici, but maybe somebody can salvage something. Slowly and Danking, unlikely to have much of an impact here. Kaze does get tagged down, going to be able to drop the Molotov and back away though. And that's exactly what Tyloo will be doing too. Heading towards the B site as Vici continued to creep forward on the T side. Hasn't been a blistering pace set by either team here in Inferno, but it's certainly leaning more and more significantly toward Vici.
They've just got more money to play with at this point. So they're going to be allowed more opportunities to get across the line on the T side, because they just have access to more buys than the CTs do. Saving those 2 guns actually will potentially allow Tyloo to go for a real janky buy if they want to. Going to be pretty light on the utility if they do so, but not sure if they're going to actually go for it, especially with the full utility board up. Probably just a save around the 2 rifles, a couple of pistols purchased, and they're just going to even up their money. See if they can inflict some damage, give themselves an outside shot at winning the round with these rifles.
Zeus for somebody. He's holding in apartments. Not a bad place to use it. If Tyloo doesn't rotate an extra player over toward B here though, it could be quite problematic for Slowly. That'll be a tough ask to defend with just a flashbang. Bit of an off angle for him though, so maybe a chance to spray a couple down. Tyloo getting some info in towards middle as we hear the utility being thrown over to B. It's going to prompt a peek from Slowly, which would not be particularly well timed if he does actually round that corner. Look at the movements that somebody is making though. This should be a free kill onto Jam Young, and it is. That's a good start for them. Utility's thrown in. Slowly was waiting, poised, ready to strike, and he just can't quite hold on to it for more than the 1 kill. Summer's gotten soaking though, and it's a 3-on-2 now.
Yep, they're going to head straight back to the A-bomb site. They understand that maybe it's a little bit weak. 2-on-3. It's all up to Danking to find a good position on this post, or on this hold for now. He's going to hear Orman. All Orman's trying to do is just clear out a couple of common spots and try to find some nice timing, as Danking just cannot land the spray. It will allow the bomb plant to go down with the smoke onto Moto as well. It's going to be very difficult for the CTs to commit forward, and I would say this is another opportunity for Tyloo that's gone begging.
He just got the timing wrong, didn't he? If he would have peaked a little bit earlier or a little bit later, maybe things would have gone his way. Orman sits in the smoke and he'll get both Attacker and Summer, who are trying to get a little bit tricky with a totem pole. 5-2 for Vici. They might wipe a little bit of sweat from the brow after that round though.
Well, that got a little bit too close for comfort, considering what Tyloo was working with there, just the 2 rifles. Now Tyloo going to go for another full buy.
But Vici, plenty of cash in the bank. Feeling pretty comfortable on the T side of Inferno here. And yet again, it seems like they've got Tyloo's number on this map in particular. This time around though, Tyloo going to take full control of Banana. Slowly, and somebody working in tandem very well to take control of that critical part of the map. But it is going to be the A side execute from Vici.
So he tries to go through the smoke. Danking will punish not only him, but also Advent. That round has just disappeared.
Jamion's in with a good chance to win it. Because Jam, as somebody decides to hit him with the wide straight, they're all just taking one-on-one duels at the moment, Tyloo.
That's still very relevant damage, though.
I guess they thought that throwing the execute onto that A bomb site might pull off the jungle rotator, but Danking is just sitting right in front of the smoke as they run straight through it into his crosshair.
This time a faster play up Banana for Vici. A lot of utility invested by Tyloo has split the T side apart. That's a nicely timed grenade onto Jamyoung as well.
Over the roof there. From Attacker, I believe it was.
Ooh.
Another decent one. Almost connects a little bit more heavily. Vici sizing up this B bomb site, but Danking is leading more heavily over there.
And somebody's thinking about the dry peak at the moment. Oh no.
Maybe he's just waiting on the angle similar to what Slowly was doing. Ready for the utility. This time Vici adapts to it and they put the molly down close. The smoke is the response and aggression from... I can't believe it! Vici can't believe it either. They were not expecting that at all from somebody, and Slowly they've pushed through a Molotov to try and recontest Banana.
They've shown the bomb over towards B as well and instantly rotated off. Jamyoung walks through jungle side, but Attacker, a lot of experience on this man, well aware that this could be the route back through A, and as well as the fact that Danking hasn't seen a single thing over towards the B bomb site. He's dealt very nicely with Jamyoung there.
Kaze now has the information as to where Attacker is. Attacker doesn't quite know where Kaze is, so goes for a bit of a wander and is caught off. It turns into a one-on-one. The young gun Danking.
I feel like this is all down to timing at the moment. Is he going to push through the smoke before Kaze can spot him? And he's been pushed through, but Danking can't land the shots. Kaze is able to get the flick. So another clutch going in the favour of Vici. And this time around, it's Kaze now starting to put the rounds on the board for them and the kills.
Crosshair placement just basically out in the open, but Kaze's raw adjustment is a little too strong. Snaps back around onto the head, closes that 1v1 out. And that's going to put Tyloo on another save. They've definitely had a lot of economic woes, but that's not too uncommon for a team that wins a CT pistol and then the following round immediately after.
Yeah, they've also had plenty of really close rounds that Vici have gotten over the line. And so you do feel as though Tyloo just getting the raw end of the stick a little bit here. Slowly with the Deagles at least able to get one here, but Danking USP, unfortunate for him. 7-3, Vici continue the streak.
At least Tyloo have another buy round, but I'd say we'll be heading into the third map pretty soon.
Again, it's another round where they just really don't have great utility though. Lost a peek over towards Banana. Almost just spamming away through that smoke.
And this is the classic, somebody's actually going to push through the smoke. Oh,
Oh man, this is the Tyloo
There's not even a
classic.
hesitation. He just
goes straight through. He's lost a teammate and he goes, hey, do you know what an excellent idea right now is to push through a smoke? It's all down to attacker to try to hold on to the pit area. If you can find the timing, try to find the spray down, could actually find some more damage, but now it's all down to somebody. Felt like the rotation was heard out as well. He's trying to face against two people, but won't be able to connect anything at all.
And now Tyloo having to take another save.
And they picked Inferno the other day, don't forget that as well.
I remember, Kevin, we had a very in-depth discussion of that on the desk. Do you remember?
I don't think it was in-depth at all. It was just me going, what the heck is this pick? And you going, look, they played against great European teams and they lost. They're good at this map. I'm sounding a bit like Mitch right now.
You've definitely got the pitchiness now. I'll give you that.
Yeah, I have a little bit too much intonation. I sound a bit too more interested, so definitely not like Mitch in that aspect.
I don't know who Mitch is, but anyway. Tyloo set up towards dig site. Handful of pistols. A little bit of a firing squad for these guys.
Oh, triple-faced.
It's a nightmare.
Your worst nightmare, perhaps, Pilski?
Maybe. You see two Chinese players swinging at you with a deagle. That's the last thing you see.
Good pop flash though from Advent to allow Kaze a bit more control into Diggity, just alleviate some of that pressure. They're still committing in, and Dan King's still pushing in, but Kaze, he's more than happy to hold. Now it's attacker's turn. I'm broken after this round. It was just like, they triple peek, excellent. Then they decide to individually peek in, and Kaze goes, yep, I know what Tyloo's plan is. This is the counter, I just hold this angle.
He's 16-4, having a pretty good game for himself. So I was wrong. It's not Allman or Zoking's turn on Inferno. This time it's Kaze's turn. Everyone gets a turn.
It's like spinning the
carrying on
bottle.
Inferno.
Whoever the bottle lands on gets to carry the game on Inferno.
Alright, chicken camera.
He's going to defuse the bomb.
no.
He's trying to get a ninja off. Has he got a kit?
He's gonna die.
I don't think he's going to make it.
Oh no, he hasn't got it. No, Bob, get out of there. Oh, we're so close.
Oh, you could have saved his gun.
I can't believe it. That's a ludicrous decision. There was no way he was going to get that defuse.
No kit and everything. He didn't even have his little chicken kit.
Has this guy even played CS before?
Well, what do you do as Tyloo at the moment in a tactical timeout? What do you even talk about at this stage? Hey guys, how are we losing the game at the moment?
Yeah, they are losing the game at the moment. How are they? Well, Kaze.
I wouldn't say it's just Kaze. I'd say that some of the decisions from Tyloo are a little bit questionable as well.
I think they just need to get the Mirage form going again. Fire up. Double AWP, maybe that's the answer. To be fair, a lot of these gun rounds, they haven't had good utility, and they continue to buy. Which, it's pretty hard to take Nana control when you don't have any Molotovs. Maybe AWPs are the answer.
Yep, Dan King just swinging in. Maybe that is going to be the answer. He's still holding such an aggressive angle at the moment. He's going to be hearing all this ruckus over here at the apartments area.
The AWPs ringing out across the map, giving Vici pause for thought at this point. Here's the play in this 4-on-5. Angling towards this A bomb site. The flash on Dig pushes Dan King off the line. Flash over Banana as well from Orman. But somebody drops the smoke and goes forward with this AWP.
Oh,
he's taking a bit of damage, so he needs to get out of there now.
Well, he's even there with the orb.
What do you mean? It's gathering info. Is there a problem with this play?
It's again 35 seconds left on the clock. PG looking like they're angling more to the B bomb site. With some of the members over at top mid though, could have to result in a bit of a split. You can see Advent very, very cautious of the close corners, thinking that maybe someone had snuck close, but that was actually somebody who's backed off. And it's going to be Orman that's the bait. And that might have actually been enough to draw out a bit of attention, but Summer's still here. He's hearing all of his attention right now as Dan King has allowed the space to move around and do the damage, and that's pretty much the round over and done with as slowly just gets the spray through the edge of the smoke. At least Tyloo, a bit of fight coming into the end of this half, but it might be a case of too little too late.
Yeah, they get the double orbs, they get some utility rolling, and they have a little bit of success. I would imagine though that Vici, having a pretty good run on this T side, should have a pretty swift adaptation coming out. Try and secure themselves their 10th. That works. Holding angles.
Punishing some of Tyloo's over-aggression at this stage, but that definitely doesn't help when you walk straight into Dan King.
Dan King's hitting some nice shots. We'll give him that.
Uh-oh, somebody, don't be teaching slowly bad habits at the moment.
Is this
You
necessarily
gotta
a bad
learn
habit?
from the veterans, Kev. Somebody's been around for a while, he's just showing them the ropes.
Slowly he is baiting. Dan King's got an advent as well. Surely Kaze wants to try and trade it back. Walks right into somebody's crosshair. The smoke. Orman's holding his knife out. Why is he holding his knife out?
It's a very cool knife, Jordan. Have you seen his knife?
He's actually AFK.
You know what I think? Is that he might be AFK.
He's timed out. This is terrible. It's like, it's a 2-on-3 at the moment, but Jam Young's actually snuck through. Hang on, this is not terrible at all, but he hasn't found where Dan King is. Jam Young manages to sneak through and find the timing. Is slowly going to check T-spawn is the real question.
Advent's getting this information. Advent's relaying.
No. Oh, no, that's VM.
Oh, man.
What is this
What
game?
am I watching at the moment? Oh. This is...
He's really just thinking, well, what is going on? How funny would it be? You just come back in and...
Well, that's like the pug strat. In the knife round, you pretend you're AFK, and they come in and they try to knife you, and all of a sudden you get the left, right in, and they're just bamboozled. But I'm starting to think that maybe it wasn't just a ruse. He really was not there, or he was timed out.
I mean, that just proves that Vici's so good they can basically 4v5 Tyloo.
I think it has something to do with Jam Young.
I like
Being
Jam
a
Young as
gamer.
well.
And look, all is correct in the world. Advent's 1-10 and Vici are 10-4. Makes sense to me. In-game leader support extraordinaire. Setting up his players for success. And Tyloo's bamboozled. Their economy has been all over the place this half. They really haven't had access to proper grenades until the end part of the half, where they got double orbs and finally got some Molotovs going, which helped them take that banana control. They've had very limited success.
Well, to the surprise of nobody, we have a pause here from Vici.
Oh, just loving that last round.
I mean, I loved that last round. It's kind of woken me up a little bit.
Yeah, look, I don't really know what to say, but it's looking again like this upper bracket sort of thing that we saw, where one team is just blowing the other team out of the water, and there's not really any fight back.
This is the part where you just get the stick out and you start poking a team and go, come on, do something. Come on, Tyloo, site defense, map control your own CT side. You can't just sit in pit and hope to set up a crossfire. You're going to get flanked by the Jam Young. Can't just walk through a motor smoke like that and headshot 2 people, Mitch.
Well, he did it.
He did it. He's an absolute madman.
He's a gamer.
Why Jam Young?
Why Jam Young?
Why Jam? Yeah, Jam Young. I'm just trying to think.
what the origin of the alias would be.
He's young.
I mean, who really knows? Yeah, I mean, that's it. But does he just like jam?
It's like Baby in StarCraft. Maybe he'll re-alias at one point.
He did, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe Jam Young will re-alias at one point.
Old Jam.
He'll become Space Jam.
What would your name be?
Nice.
My name?
I would be Lasagna Old. What about you, Pilsky? What do you like?
Anyway.
Traitor.
Alright, shut me down.
Anyway, what? There's been some utility exchanged. Cool, I've done your job for you.
Yeah, answer
Mitch,
the
now
question.
Answer the
Answer the question.
I would be... I'll be... I don't know, Pickle Man? Is that
Pickle Man?
Is that a good one? I think Vici's gonna go for a bit of a carpet bust into a full.
Is that supposed to be a play on words because your name's Pilipowski?
I guess so. I like pickles.
Here's a pickle, Rick. Wow, out comes the apartments bar. Slowly, he's going to be looking to dance around his advent.
Oh,
Just going to get banged out, and the bomb actually falls down and slowly goes, hey, that's pretty good. There's something in front of me.
They need that. They need that C4. Maybe I'll discard that.
Rotation's coming across as well. This is a round that's sort of a bit strange, isn't it? Somebody's hiding in the smoke, although that is more normal than anything else. Timing's okay for somebody. He gets a 1-for-1, but somehow, Jam Young done it again. He's got himself an important frag. Zokin gets 2. We're into a 2-on-2.
No kits for Tyloo as they double wrap through Dig. They'll be quite happy that the bomb only just went down. Might give them the time that they need. Attackers going out through carpets. Dan King slowly moving up towards the bottom site. It's going to be a double site crossfire for Vici.
It's down to the first point of contact between Kaze as well as, oh, he tries to get the flick down, but Attack is able to come out through apartments and make the difference, but they can't find the bomb. Yes, they can eventually
they'll
find it.
Don't worry.
Dan King Dan King's retrieved the kit. So at least Tyloo get 5 rounds in that half, but really overall, that was Vici's half as they're sitting on double digits. Look, we're going for a short break. Can Tyloo come back on their own attacking side to close it out as a 3-0, or Vici good enough to bring it into at least one more map? We'll have to find out soon.
Stand up, stand up. Time flies by, but not for you and I just need to catch your eye. Gonna make you notice. Gonna make you notice me.
5-10, and Tyloo struggling a little bit here on Inferno. They did win Mirage 16-9, but Vici definitely coming back here, and this could be the third time in a row that Inferno goes the way of Vici if they can just finish off 6 rounds on their CT side. Doesn't sound too difficult, does it, boys?
In theory. I mean, look, that was a very one-sided half. It didn't really look close, but at the end of the day, Tyloo do still come away with 5 rounds towards the end there, and if they're able to pick up the pistol here, maybe get that first gun round or deal with that initial force buy, which is inevitable if Vici do lose this pistol, they should be starting to close this round gap pretty quickly. So, you know, let's not count them out of it just yet.
Especially if they're able to bully the B bomb side. I'll be looking at this at the moment going, well, Advin's having a shocker. I know where Advin's playing.
Can't just run at one player, Kevin, necessarily. Maybe he will be ready for that.
I don't know, I'd be doing that on purpose. I'd deliberately try to isolate. This guy's having a shocker of a game, and to tilt him even further, I'm just going to put him in the bin. It also increases your chance of getting the site success. Why go up against Jamyoung and Zoking on the A-bomb site if you can go against Advent on the other side?
Tyloo's just flashed themselves over at A, but that's okay. They're going to go around the world. Jamyoung responds with a push. Somebody almost able to double down there in Banana, but this is a quick play from Tyloo and a quicker think from Advent as he hides behind the smoke, tries to deal some damage. It's really a ring around the rosy at the moment, isn't it? Advent's fallen. Orman stands tall for the moment, but Bombard should be going down here for slowly. Summer waits long enough that he does catch Orman trying to get aggressive, and now Kaze rotating across with a CZ. He's going to have to do it himself, but Tyloo have just smashed away with the pistol.
There it is. And here comes the force from Vici. Surely. They always do it. Is this the exception?
Get a Deagle and Jamyoung and just tell Jamyoung to go kill. That's how they've won most of their force buys. It might be a case of, yes, he can do it again.
Here's the force. Thing is though, if they do win this round, Tyloo, they buy themselves a lot of space to close this round gap. They'll be getting themselves a 7th and then an 8th in the anti-eco before Vici can put together what will likely be a pretty meh buy. And so far they're doing a lot of damage to Jamyoung and Zoking over here to work.
Oh!
Hey, forget about it.
How does he always do it?
He is a gamer.
He's an electronic athlete. He's an electronic cyber athlete, sorry.
He's an e-gaming competitor.
Back to the drawing board for Tyloo. More banana control being established once again, and we'll have to deal with Advent smoke in just a second. Maybe they decide to go through it, throwing a smoke down of their own. Plenty more where that came from though, so perhaps just trying to bait out a bit of that CT utility. For now, Advent's doing a good job of hanging on to it. Biding that timer.
Makes a difference. Throws it out just then.
Somebody has made a few shots over there at A, but no one's really rotating for now. It might be another fake coming out, and this is all down to Zoking getting a few shots in at mid, but looks like he's been punished for it. Advent and Orman trying to stay alive right now, but 2 players on the site, as somebody's able to get the entries working. Just for now, Kaze close range with the Deagle. This is starting to fall apart for Tyloo. The stage is Kaze has retrieved an AK-47, and Summer is just flying in there with a MAC-10.
Had to.
No.
Orman's alone at middle with 40 HP. Summer gonna retrieve that AK and put the bomb down. Orman's just running at him.
Oh, and Summer's just bailed Tyloo out of an atrocious situation.
What is that round?
That is a great counter-striking round where Tyloo have cemented their 7th on Inferno and bought themselves the space that they need to close this round gap.
Oh man, I wish Csgo was like one of my supportive parents.
He's kind of toxic.
That's the first time I've seen Csgo not just go lol and then just say a fact about the player's stats.
Here's 1 kill. What else do you have to say about it? 25 ADR. Ooh, that's a good shot from Zoking. That's not easy to hit on slowly.
Well, they're just going to run back towards B because Zoking's scary. But But Zoking is already rotating back to B.
I love Advin's spot behind the fountain here, but he is missing a lot of these shots, and finally he will be cleared out.
Good stuff in the end there from Tyloo. It was looking like Vici was in a scary looking place.
Advin's got 2 kills now.
He's basically twice as good as he was a round ago. That's fantastic.
If you can get 4, I'll give another blow. How does that sound? Give it a big blow. We can celebrate
What
it.
are you giving a blow exactly? Jesus. Anyway, I think that is a decent amount of damage considering that Vici did not really have a lot going into that round. Taking 2 guns away from Tyloo, and now they're going to be able to go for a full buy with all the utility. Something that Tyloo really didn't have access to because they were not really super responsible with their spending on their CT side. So let's see how Vici on their map pick uses this utility to get themselves into a good spot, especially over towards Banana. I've got my eye out. Double molly towards top Nana. There you go.
Arzo's got the AWP. The flashbang comes forward at a pretty solid time as the entries actually falling back in the wayside as Vici. Zoking stays alive underneath Diggity for long enough as Dan King's last man left standing. Bombs out all the way out near top mid. And Vici are just going to take the safe route. Going to be rotating over through CT spawn instead.
Zoking has been having some pretty monstrous CT sides when he's feeling it. And that is just another example of it. This man can multi-frag with the M4A4 when he's really feeling like it, can probably kill most of your team.
Let's not count Dan King out. Smoke will allow him to retrieve the bomb. Could just walk all the way over to B here, but Vici a little too cottoned on for that.
Oh, that was big brain. Almost shot the incendiary over to Zoking and saved him $600, but fortunately didn't quite pick it up in time. Haven't seen anything like that in a while.
Yeah, the entry spacing just looked a little bit off for Tyloo there. You had 2 people that was fully committing, and then attacker comes in a little bit late. It's just looking a little bit spread out. And if Tyloo just had a bit more of a killer instinct like we saw in Mirage, that could have very much been that gun round to them. So, look, not fully convinced just yet from Vici's CT side. If they navigate through this one, though, they'll buy themselves obviously a lot of time and a lot of rounds to work with. But if they drop this one, that is in the territory of Rossetti Spaghetti.
Might not be too easy to take control of sandbags here for Tyloo. They've got a double stack to deal with. Oh, but I suppose that's one way of doing it. The question really does become whether or not they're expecting Orman from much the same position. He'll almost get flashed out, but slowly hits a fantastic shot.
Advin's just sending his soldiers in one at a time to their deaths.
And they really have the pick of anywhere they want to go at this stage. Jam Young's really the only site defender, as I'm fairly certain if you look at every single POV of a Vici member, it's just like you sig a T for that split second frame and then you're dead.
Advin's going to double his frags here.
Are you sure about that? Remember I was saying about how you see a Tyloo member,
hang on, I meant from the first half.
Oh, excellent. Like, you know the part where you just see like a T and it's just, you freeze that moment there, the next frame, you're dead.
Yeah. What a great round from Tyloo. I mean, it wasn't like, it's not going to go down as a legendary round or anything like that, but good shots. Still looking sharp. And it resets the economy of Vici just a bit. So it'll be a single eco here for the CT side, but
Jam Young's got a deagle. It's one of my favourite things in Counter-Strike.
Let me tell you about something else, Kev.
Yeah.
Tyloo's got a lot of money in the bank accounts. So if they don't lose guns to Jam Young with a deagle, they could have a lot of money going forward in this half, and you need money to make comebacks happen, to make dreams happen.
That said though, Pickleman, Vici Gaming do have the loss bonus slowly starting to build up.
I can't cotton on, surely.
I am so blessed to be able to regularly cast with the one and only Pickleman.
Can't believe I get to sit on a tri-desk with Lasagna Man and Pickleman. This is great.
No, it was Lasagna old.
I'm changing my Twitter handle again.
Follow him at Pickleman Casts. Top bracket's being taken by Tyloo. Looking to pick off Kaze as he drops the smoke grenade. Zoking still gets that dink from that distance. Pretty solid, but the A bomb site still open for the taking. It's free real estate. Paid with a little bit of blood, so I guess not completely free.
Well, the only thing that really is free when it comes to Counter-Strike is Cry is free.
Didn't they scientifically prove it wasn't? Because of the salt content in some tiers?
That was a thread, yes, I did see that.
Yeah. So Cry actually technically isn't free.
Salt and water, not free.
And some places crying is actually more expensive than others, right?
Yeah.
Based on the economy. I'd actually reckon in Australia the cry is quite a bit more expensive than in some other countries, because we generally have got a pretty strong economy, so theoretically our dollar is a bit stronger than others, therefore worth more.
Look at Attacker, he's just trying to kill people on pistols at the moment. He's just going, oh, I could lose an AK here, but I better just keep swinging in. 1 round the difference now. Advent has 5 flash assists, that's more than the entire Tyloo squad. Yes, I agree, but you know what Tyloo's really good at doing?
Why do you need to flash your opponent if you just one tap them?
Correct. Flashbangs are just $200 that you don't really need.
Waste of money.
Attacker's taken Nana control without taking any damage. Considering the utility expended, that's actually very solid.
Yeah, he's not taking control, he's more sort of having a look at what Vici's doing. Until he makes his way up past sandbags or past the half wall, he can't really be sure how much Vici's looking to contest there. But now they're starting to make their way in towards Banana. Now they have control. What do Tyloo do now that they have control? They start to move up middle. They've got carpets control. Maybe play through carpets. Take the brackets. They haven't left anyone behind at B, so it's looking like they are very eager to go towards this A bomb site.
Well, it looks like a bit of an apartments bust given the numbers that are over there at this stage.
I would agree, that's what it looks like. Right, that wrap smoke and actually bait Zoking to move towards jungle side with Kaze.
He's going to come back past the smoke into the site itself. Summer does fall, but Kaze's sort of half on the rotation over toward B already, and the entries are coming out on A. Zoking has to hold himself, and he gets the headshot, but can't follow up the spray onto Attacker, which allows Dan King into the site, plant the bomb, 3-on-3, the re-smoke. Vici have to complete this retake with only a smoke and 2 flashes. No defuse kit either, but there might be one on the bomb side. Either way, Dan King has just dispatched of Advent. Pulls off the line at the right time as well.
Pops a dink and goes for the instant repick. You love to see it.
I think Vici are just containing for damage at the moment, but if they just bite off a little bit more than they can chew, they might actually lose a few too many guns themselves. As Attacker looking to deny the AWP, that's actually a huge pick off. AWP now lost.
And gained.
So Vici will be able to take one M4 forward. At the very least, they have this loss bonus. They can re-opt to buy the AWP if they decide to do so, but the utility is starting to look a little bit lacking right now. And Tyloo just looking too strong at the entries.
Well, 11 apiece, they have a hell of a lot more money than their opponents do. I did not think that there was a possibility that this would be a 2-0.
Really?
In an ideal world, I would agree with you, but what I have noted of Vici's recent play is that we are not in an ideal world.
There's a push coming down mid, and Slowly actually might be in a bit of trouble, but the flashbang comes in at the ideal time to allow Slowly to just dance around different angles, but he can't fight too many at the same time. It's all down to Kaze holding his position, but he's just missed the timing, unfortunately. Somebody, but this is so much better from Somebody. He's really been struggling to find some form recently. It's good to see him back in the fragging shape, so to speak.
Four to 2. The bomb plane goes down on A. This is looking like where Tyloo will finally draw ahead on Inferno. been a long time coming. Have to see the save out from the CT side. And we actually haven't seen that many saves here on Inferno at all. It's just been constant brawls, constant fights. Orman and Zoking will keep their guns through though. But it's starting to look like a pretty dire situation for Vici. This is actually the most rounds now that Tyloo have gotten off of Vici on Inferno in their last 3 matches against each other. So they've already eclipsed the 16-11 scoreline that was the closest prior to this.
Oh no, just losing rifles like that isn't going to help either. Orman didn't really need to fight that. What do you say about this one, Mitch?
Finally, I was waiting for it. Savage.
No, Savage doesn't play for Vici.
He used to. Very funny. Well, Vici this time around. There's one of Advent's impact frags. He's going to pick off slowly, trying to take control of Banana there. And one way onto Damn King.
Do the thing! He's hit 4 kills!
Nice.
Impacts! All we had to do was insult him a little bit, and look, you see that? He's heard that from across the continents.
A bit toxic.
You could have given it a better toot than that, is all I'm saying.
I don't want to completely blood everyone's ears. I feel like that's a bit toxic.
What if we give them a warning?
Look, I don't want to toot Vici's horn too much here because there is a real opportunity for Tyloo to just roll into the B site 3v2, hit some clean shots, and never mind.
Yeah, are you sure about that, dude?
Never mind. Look, it's still Attacker and Summer left alive. These two have been the Smash Bros for Tyloo.
Uh-oh, shot's been missed. Attacker. Oh, Orman's there, don't worry. Small heart attack, but not too big of one.
Who needs to hold the B-bomb site when you have the guy in CT that can hold it for you? So he can just come straight through the smoke and smashed Attacker, or rather Summer, in the face.
Still plenty of money for Tyloo though. Advent digs deep there and finds 2 openers. Don't know how consistently that's going to be happening for Vici though.
Alright, I don't know about you guys, but Advent's copping a bit this game. Still one of China's best players.
On our dream team.
He is on the dream team. There is a reason for that, and the reason is not for his fragging.
That's right. He has his moments.
We may meme a little bit about his fragging capabilities, but there's more to CS than just that.
Tyloo definitely trying to argue against that just by going, no, fragging is actually more important than brain cells, here's why.
Plenty of brain cells and experience on Tyloo. Good flashbang, pushing Kaze off the line.
But it is a diggity hold coming out from Vici with 1 boosted up, and they're just going to retake control of it, so a single flashbang's not good enough.
Tyloo going to start moving up Banana. Advent's still got a hell of a lot of utility to be dropping over here, and Orman's got a counter flash from Coffin's side. So if the protocols are put in place effectively, this could be a shutdown here for Vici towards B.
Flashes, but Advent's going to get the kill through it. Attacker down early on in the piece, and Vici really trying to hold on to this B bomb site. Orman will drop. It's all onto Advent now, holding the B site solo as he tries to buy time for the retake. The rotate even, but that's not going to happen at all. Somebody deletes Zoking.
That was a critical one-on-one deal. Zoking wins that. That's actually back to the 2-on-2 and allows this retake to be doable. But now Kaze has to try to save, and you can see somebody's already looking to go on the hunt. Oh, Kaze's made way too much noise, and that's the AWP lost as well. Somebody's been reading this game very, very well. He's been the difference between Tyloo and Vici, I feel like, in a lot of these rounds.
Definitely having a great performance for himself. He's struggled to find himself in this new iteration of Tyloo, but has not been the case today. Man has been on point. Tyloo now getting ahead and actually depleting Vici's very strong, depleting Vici's economy rather. Wouldn't say it's very strong. And that's going to be a good start for them as well, taking out Advent, getting a one-man advantage, and fighting for this banana control. They're just going to leave Kaze solo on this B site, and 3-stack 8. It's a decent approach considering what's happening so far in this round. Have to take a risk somewhere when you lose a man advantage that early on.
Out comes that jungle smoke right now, threatening the wrap potential onto the B bomb site, and it might just look like it is going to be a wrap, and the problem is for Vici. They're on the A bomb site, they've gambled incorrectly. It's all up to Kaze to hold it in the perfect situation to do so with Yorp. Has the smoke to play with as well. He's going to start it off well. Out comes the rest of the members, and Kaze, he's slowly picking them apart at the moment.
Molotov does go into the back of sight, lands right into the smoke. There's another for Kaze. Can't quite hold on long enough to get the kill on somebody, and that may be the difference maker, because somebody's gotten the smoke down in Banana, keeping all of Vici at bay, and they don't seem too pleased about it either. The spam comes through. This is going to buy so much time. Zoking's setting up a flash, but how long can Vici wait?
Have to go in now. They do have a kit to play with at the very least, but Attacker with the AWP from New Box misses the first shot, but somebody might be the point of difference. Attackers switch back to the rifle. Now it's all down to the 1 and 2. Jam Young just cannot break the crossfire. Tyloo up now by 2 rounds, and Vici just cannot find the solution.
And they may have a hell of a lot of loss bonus behind them, but it's not enough to put together a convincing pie, and the main man who's been stepping up for Vici this map has been Kaze with the AWP. I can tell you what you can't buy with 3.5 to 4k.
And they're forced to tank down to pistols at the moment, with body armor to try to make it work.
Tanking tries to play quickly up into Banana, but not going to be quick enough to catch the majority of the Vici players. Orman gets back into the site as well. Tyloo a couple of rounds away from winning DreamHack Masters Spring, and it will have been a very quick final here in Asia if they do manage to secure the 2-0, which in turn means a 3-0.
They start taking control of bracket here. Smoke onto jungle side. Good information towards middle for Tyloo. Now starting to move back towards Banana. Keeping the CTs honest, trying to make sure they don't have too much information. If anybody re-aggresses into bracket, Attacker and Summer were posted up. Tyloo clear out top of Banana, make sure that no one's got any information over there as well, and now start to look towards the late round.
Well, you just had this feeling as they walk into the stack. Zoking and Jam Young have been looking very good so far with the Desert Eagle and the 5-7 respectively. Now they have to dig really deep. 24 seconds, the time is ticking away, and I'm a little bit scared right now for Tyloo, Jordan.
Yeah, I can imagine why. As you say, time's of the essence right now for Tyloo. They will pick up the pace, but Jam Young, he's always good for one with the Deagle. Zoking there as well. Finally, Jam Young is deleted, but we need to see at least one more kill on that bomb site, and there's 5 seconds left. That is the round over. Dan King still at the bottom of Banana, will not be able to win it for Tyloo, and Vici hang on.
Just taken too long to get into the A-bomb site. They've done a good job taking map control and denying information, but they haven't given themselves enough time to close the round out, unfortunately.
Yep, Kaze's hit the 30 at the moment, and you can say, yeah, you fought against someone who was just fighting well on the A-bomb site, but at the end of the day, not giving themselves enough time. Like Dan King is over at bottom Banana that late. Didn't even drop any utility. That was the problem as well. He had a smoke and 2 flashbangs left. For what reason? not even convincing of a fake. A few gunshots doesn't really sell and execute at that stage. At least they got money to buy into this. But now Vici have a bit of a chance to also get the way back in.
They got the AWP, got a few AKs as well.
Also a bit of cash for the next round as well, should they lose here. Done wonders for Vici that last round.
Again, attacker contesting Nana from Logs. Double nade into Logs, avoided nicely. And he even deals with Orban, who's flashed out onto the angle, trying to use that one way.
Token creeps forward as well, sits behind Car, and so it's an interesting banana hold here for Vici. They're really gambling that Tyloo's not prepared for that, and they would be correct in that assumption. Attacker drops.
You can see Karzo just sliding out into middle in the mid-round. Looking for a pick, looking for information. And the fact that he has seen no one in middle is information in and of itself, with how much noise is being made towards Banana. Place at the start of the round, but now Tyloo going quiet. Throwing a smoke towards Moto. Advent playing retake on this B bomb site once again.
He's going to try and fight it, but the flashbang has blinded him off completely, and slowly he's already on the bomb site. He just can't correct the spray in time. That's the B bomb site now open for business, and slowly will shut down that fast flank as well, or the fast retake from Zoking, and that's just too many guns out of contention. Vici need to save. 15 to 13. Not only just map point, upset point on Inferno, considering they were down 5 to 10, but that's also championship point.
Jam Young and Kaze actually being able to save these two weapons through is pretty substantial for the CT buy.
Gives them an opportunity to try to fight for overtime, that's for sure.